Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So we got so much what I'm going to add to this car. If you've been following the channel for any bit of time, you'll know that this is my TT02 carbon race build. And this car has been absolutely fantastic. It drives fantastic, it's been really reliable. The only issue I've found with it is if you have a really bad crash, you can bend your centre drive shaft because it kind of flexes that way a bit more than what I'd like. But we've got a very cheap and possibly easy fix. We got a carbon top brace and it should just sit on the car like that. And that should give us the strength back in the top of the chassis, with this just being flat and not shaped like a tub chassis. It has got a little bar in the middle of it, but it's not quite enough to stop the tops of the towers flexing towards each other. So let's bring in for a close-up look, see how this thing fits. So these come pretty cheap from AliExpress. As always, I'll leave a link in the description below. The one thing it will give you is plenty of places to either fasten your power cables to or strap your transponder to if you're using this for racing. Another shout out to Dave and the family at RD Models Chesterfield for these metal trays. And if you've been following my video, you'll have seen in the Kyosho 60th anniversary build, I started using these. They didn't have the black one in stock when I bought them, so I've been back and got another one. So I've got the full set, but they are just fantastic for doing your builds, especially if you've got the tiny little bearings like in the diffs on the Kyosho. Absolutely fantastic. Or just chucking body clips in, they don't fall off. But what we want to do on this one is quickly remove these 4 screws. Now it doesn't give you longer screws, but I don't think it's going to be an issue on here. And literally the only issue I've had with this carbon race car is just slightly bending the centre drive shaft, prop shaft, because of the flex. So if somebody hits it in the back really hard and hits you straight into the barrier, it can cause a little bit of flex. And if it's enough, it'll bend your drive shaft. So hopefully this should make it a bit more crash proof. So if we just position it, let's see if we can get these in. So again, these are just the stock screws that I've took out. And it will also serve another purpose. Because of the high grip surface we run on, you want to try and eliminate as much chassis twist, and you don't want a touring car flexing that way at all. Twist across your chassis is not too bad, but you're better off letting your suspension do its work than having the chassis flex. If you're outdoor on tarmac or asphalt, if you're in America, they do tend to run more twisting chassis. Like you see, most of my touring cars that I build for the indoor carpet racing, I use the alloy chassis, not the carbon. But for this, I just really like the look of it. And I think if I quickly bring in the body shell, so you can see from its scratches and scrapes, it's seen quite a bit of race action, this car. They're the tyres and what's left of the tyres on inside. But yeah, these body shells as well have been absolutely fantastic. And I did have links. I've done a video of where I got these body shells from. They're all from AliExpress. And I think I paid between like £12 and £4 for these delivered. You do have to buy the wings separate on some of them they come with them, but for a race shell it's only going to get battered anyway. So but yeah, there's still a slight bit of twist, So it doesn't make the chassis completely rigid, which is nice, but it completely eliminates the flex that would bend your drive shaft. So yeah, that'll be a really nice addition to this little carbon TT02. And I don't think there's much left on it that's actually Tamiya now. We've got the top bulkhead covers, the shock mounts on this are still Tamiya. The hubs and suspension arms are still Tamiya. And the gear, the diffs are still Tamiya. And the body posts. And I think at this point it would probably work out cheaper to buy the carbon chassis and everything from AliExpress and then just buy the Yeah Racing centre shaft, the Yeah Racing drive shafts, and then just buy yourself a set of diffs and the top covers. You could even put carbon shock mounts on it if you wanted to. But yeah, it'd probably be cheaper doing that than buying an actual Tamiya kit and turning it into one of these. Unless you, like I do, you race quite a few on them and then you've got a whole load of spares. But there we have it. Nice top deck for the TT02 carbon. It will also fit on the TT02s with the plastic tub chassis because it just mounts on the standard bulkheads. So you'd have no problem fitting this to a standard tub chassis if you just wanted to add a bit of bling or a top deck for whatever reason. And it may help take a bit of flex out of the standard tub chassis as well. So let's wrap this one up. Right, so there we have it. The carbon top deck on the TT02 carbon build. As I say, they were only less than £7 delivered, I think this were, to UK. So yeah, really nice addition to it. Should do what it's meant to. You could always put longer screws in if you wanted to. I don't think you'll need it. And there is still a tiny bit of twist in chassis, which is good. You need a little bit of flex. But yeah, quite impressed with it. As always, link will be in the description below. So thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, share to friends and family. And catch you guys again in the next one.